Warning: just one tiny mistake at your front door could be enough to drive away your luck and wealth forever. Hello, I am Master Zhen. The front door is not just a way in and out of your home. It is an energy gateway. It is where blessings, prosperity, and peace flow into your household. When properly taken care of, this entrance becomes a magnet for good fortune. But with just one small mistake, it can quickly turn into an escape route for your wealth and luck. In today's video, I will point out the most common Feng Shui mistakes happening right at the front entrance, mistakes that many families unknowingly make. These might seem like harmless little details, but they silently drain your financial luck, opportunities, and even the sense of peace within your home. Before we get started, go ahead and leave a positive affirmation in the comments to help open the flow of abundance for yourself. For example, you could write, "I open my doors wide for wealth and good fortune to enter my home." And do not forget to subscribe to Master Zhen, Feng Shui Secrets for Wealth, so that each day you can learn a new Feng Shui secret to protect your money, boost your prosperity, and pass good energy down to your children and grandchildren. So what exactly are these dangerous Feng Shui mistakes? Right now, I am going to reveal each one so you can recognize them in time, make the necessary changes, and keep your wealth securely within your home. Number 1. A cluttered entryway. In Feng Shui, the entrance of a house is not just where you come and go. It is considered the mouth of energy, the very first place that receives and carries energy into your living space. Think of it like the opening artery of the entire body. If that beginning point is clear and open, everything inside can flow smoothly. But if it is blocked or chaotic, the entire house feels the effects. When this area is filled with shoes, cardboard boxes, plastic bags, or unnecessary items, the flow of energy, which needs space to move, is immediately blocked. Instead of welcoming fresh and vibrant energy, the entryway becomes a zone where heaviness and stagnation build up. Feng Shui operates on the principle of balance and circulation. Energy is like water. It needs space to flow if it is going to nourish. A clean and bright entryway acts like a clear, flowing river that brings luck and opportunity. But a messy one is like a blocked stream where the water becomes stagnant and unable to support life. When energy cannot move freely, the good things struggle to enter, while heavy, negative feelings tend to stick around longer than they should. The psychological impact of this clutter is much stronger than most people think. Imagine this. It is the end of a long workday in New York City. You have just sat through brutal traffic and you finally get home. You open the door and the first thing you see is a messy pile of shoes and worn-out boxes. Instead of feeling relief, your mind tightens with stress. When this happens day after day, that tension embeds itself into your subconscious. Your home stops feeling like a place of rest. It becomes a place that reminds you of chaos and fatigue. In American homes, the entryway is a big deal. It is the first impression guests receive. So a clean and spacious front entrance does not just improve energy flow, it also creates a warm, welcoming feeling for anyone who steps inside. In Feng Shui, this is deeply symbolic. When your spirit is constantly weighed down by disorder at the door, it is hard for good fortune to thrive. But when the door opens to a space that is clean, bright and calm, the message you are sending to the universe is loud and clear. I am ready to welcome luck and abundance. And that is when prosperity starts finding reasons to stay. Number 2. The front door. Facing a steep staircase or a long hallway. In Feng Shui, staircases and hallways are not just parts of architecture. They are considered energy veins, the channels through which life force flows throughout the home. But when those energy pathways are placed in the wrong position, especially directly in line with the front door, the effects can be extremely harmful. If your front door opens up to a steep staircase, the fresh energy coming in from outside is immediately pulled either straight upward or sucked downward. It does not have a chance to spread evenly or nourish the different rooms or family members in your home. This symbolizes fortune knocking at your door, only to turn around and leave before it even gets a chance to sit down. In other cases, when the front door faces a long and narrow hallway, the energy is forced to rush forward like a strong gust of wind. Instead of spreading out gently and evenly, it moves too fast and too hard, creating imbalance in the home. Symbolically, this represents rapid depletion. Money comes, but it cannot stay. Opportunities show up, then vanish just as quickly. Life begins to feel unstable and lacking in support. Picture this. It is a rainy day. You come home, open the front door, and all you see is a steep staircase right in front of you. The first feeling is not warmth, but disappointment, like the energy could not even settle before it got pulled away. Or, if your door opens to a narrow, tunnel-like hallway, your eyes are drawn straight into that endless emptiness. Instead of feeling welcomed, your mind registers coldness and emptiness. This is not just an issue of home design, it has deep psychological impact. Every time you walk through that doorway, your subconscious is being reminded of the same message: do not stay. Over time, this repetition makes it hard for anyone in the home to feel secure. Even when physical needs are met, the spirit still feels like something is always slipping away. Number 3. A mirror. Facing the front door. Mirrors are common household items, but in Feng Shui, they are far more than just tools for reflection. Mirrors have the property of sending back whatever enters their line of sight. When placed in the right locations, mirrors can brighten a space, expand the sense of openness, and double the feeling of freshness. But when a mirror is placed directly opposite the front door, it becomes a major Feng Shui mistake. The front door is seen as the pathway for positive energy to enter the home. Opportunities, blessings, and good fortune all come in through this space. But if a mirror is placed directly across from it, that energy gets reflected right back outside. It is as if the house is actively rejecting everything good trying to come in. In this position, the mirror acts like a second door, not one that opens, but one that bounces everything back. The result? Prosperity cannot stay, blessings get deflected, and the home feels empty of long-lasting abundance. On a psychological level, having a mirror directly opposite the entrance also creates a sense of discomfort. When the homeowner or a guest walks in and immediately sees their reflection, it does not feel like a warm welcome. Instead, it feels like a barrier. It is a subtle effect, but over time, it plants the seed of unease. That unease builds up and starts affecting the emotional well-being of the entire household. There is another layer to this. A mirror in that position often symbolizes effort being reversed. In other words, no matter how much work you put in, the results slip away. It is like pouring water into a cup only to watch it spill right back out. In real life, this shows up as a feeling of instability, working hard but not getting lasting results, earning money but not being able to hold on to it, and always feeling like life lacks a firm foundation. This is not superstition. It is the psychological and symbolic consequence of misaligned spatial energy. One more important note. The energy of a mirror is always reflective. It does not absorb, it does not hold. It only doubles or pushes away. So when a mirror faces the front door, it does not double the good energy inside the home. Instead, it doubles the rejection of that energy. That is why this placement is considered a major threat to financial stability in Feng Shui. Number 4. The front door facing directly toward a bathroom. By its very nature, the bathroom is a space for storing and flushing out waste energies. No matter how clean it may be, it still holds heavy and damp energy. Meanwhile, the front door is meant to welcome in freshness, light, and positive energy from the outside. When energy flows into the house and immediately gets pulled straight toward the bathroom, the balance of energy exchange is thrown off. Instead of spreading throughout the home to nourish every space, the energy is immediately drawn into a space of release. In Feng Shui terms, this is like wealth and opportunity arriving at your door, only to be flushed away before they can stay. Beyond the energetic level, this arrangement also has a strong psychological effect. Imagine coming home after a long, exhausting day. You open the door, and the very first thing you see is the bathroom door. The natural reaction is disappointment, a sense of awkwardness, and a lack of warmth. A true home should offer a feeling of comfort and welcome the moment you walk in. But when the bathroom is the first thing in view, that welcoming energy is replaced by discomfort, and sometimes even a subconscious sense of unease. This experience creates a lasting mental imprint. Every time you enter your home, your mind records that same image. Over time, it leaves a stamp on your subconscious, associating your home with a sense of loss or depletion rather than abundance and comfort. In Feng Shui, this is seen as a serious imbalance, because when your emotional experience is off, the flow of energy becomes imbalanced too. There is also symbolic meaning at play here. Bathrooms represent elimination and the removal of what is no longer needed. When one is positioned directly in line with the front door, that symbolism becomes directly connected to the idea of receiving wealth. As a result, anything good that enters your home is symbolically placed on the path to be flushed out. It is a subtle but powerful message that can affect how people perceive stability and prosperity in their lives. This shows that the problem is not the bathroom itself, it is where it is located. Bathrooms are essential in every home, but when placed in the wrong spot, especially facing the front door, they disrupt the home's energetic balance. And when balance is broken right at the entrance, it becomes difficult for the entire home to maintain harmony, the very thing Feng Shui strives for. Number 5. An off-center or imbalanced front door. Let us start with a door that is too small. A narrow front door that is out of proportion with the rest of the house immediately limits the flow of energy. It is like a tiny canal trying to carry a powerful current. It simply cannot handle the flow. When the entrance is too tight, good energy struggles to enter fully. The flow becomes squeezed and restricted. This does not just affect the internal space, it also plants a subconscious feeling of limitation in the people who live there. A home with a small front door can make the occupants feel mentally cramped, less open-minded, and even closed off in their relationships. On the other hand, some homes have double doors, yet the homeowner only ever opens one side. While this may be convenient, it unintentionally creates imbalance. Double doors are designed to express openness and the spirit of welcoming. But when only one side is used, the energy flow becomes lopsided. Instead of spreading evenly, the energy shifts to one side, creating a state of imbalance. Symbolically, this represents incompleteness. Wealth enters the home, but not fully. Opportunities arrive, but not completely. Prosperity may come, but it does not last. Another point worth emphasizing is the visual and emotional impact of an unbalanced door. If the front door is crooked, off to the side, or visually out of sync with the rest of the house, it creates a sense of disharmony the moment someone walks in. People are highly sensitive to symmetry, and when that harmony is broken, it creates subtle feelings of unease. That unease directly affects the homeowner's mental state, and according to Feng Shui principles, when the mind is unsettled, energy becomes unstable too. It is important to remember that the front door is more than just a physical passage. It is a symbol. It reflects the homeowner's attitude toward receiving and engaging with the world. A small, cramped or off-center door sends a message of withdrawal, of being only partially open to life. A double door that is only half used sends a message of hesitation or indecisiveness. These messages do not just exist in the structure, they slowly sink into the mindset of the people living inside. In Feng Shui, balance and harmony are essential. When the front door is unbalanced, the disruption is not just architectural, it affects the energy circulation throughout the home. It creates a choppy, uneven flow that blocks stability and prosperity. In contrast, a moderately wide door, balanced with the home's overall structure and fully opened when needed, supports a feeling of wholeness, sufficiency, and lasting well-being. Number 6. Placing wet umbrellas or raincoats by the front door. This is a common habit, especially during rainy days. Many people come home and casually leave wet items, like umbrellas or raincoats, right next to the door, without realizing that this small act actually disrupts the flow of energy and removes the freshness from the space. In Feng Shui, water is associated with movement. It symbolizes the circulation of energy and the flow of wealth. When water is clean and flowing, it represents abundance and prosperity. But when water is stagnant, it turns into an energy blockage. A wet umbrella or raincoat left at the front entrance is a clear symbol of that stagnation. Instead of letting the door welcome new, fresh energy, the dampness becomes a curtain that blocks it from coming in. The first impact is emotional. When you open the door and immediately see or smell damp, moldy items, your mood is affected. That sense of humidity creates a heavy, unpleasant feeling. The space that should bring relief and comfort now feels inconvenient and unclean. This directly affects your mental state, and an unsettled mind always leads to imbalanced energy. There is also strong symbolism here. The front door is where energy and wealth enter the home. It is the point of connection between the outside world and your inner sanctuary. When this area is associated with the image of standing water, the message being sent is that luck and abundance are getting soaked and slipping away right at the threshold. Opportunities, like the water droplets clinging to the rain gear, eventually just fall off and disappear. This habit can also lead to a buildup of unpleasant smells and mold. That is not just bad for your health, it disturbs the energetic field of the entire home. Damp air is already heavy. Combine that with poor air circulation at the entryway, and it creates a stifling atmosphere. Energy stops flowing, and so does your sense of ease and vitality. What you need to understand is that Feng Shui is deeply connected to real-life experience. A damp, cluttered space at the entrance affects not just symbolic energy, but your physical and emotional well-being. When you return to the same heavy atmosphere day after day, the energy of your home becomes weighed down. Over time, it is nearly impossible to maintain a flow of bright, uplifting energy. Number 7. A dark front door light represents life. Wherever there is light, there is growth, vibrancy, and vitality. Darkness, on the other hand, brings stagnation and heaviness. When the front door lacks sufficient light, the energy entering the home becomes heavier and more sluggish. This creates a space that feels less secure, less welcoming. Instead of being greeted by a bright, open entryway, you step into something that feels murky and cold. This effect is not just symbolic, it is very real. Light directly impacts our mood. Bright spaces lift our spirits, while dim, shadowy spaces can make us feel tired, anxious, or uneasy. When the front door is always dark, that emotional weight repeats itself every day, becoming part of the homeowner's lived experience. Over time, this psychological instability reduces your sense of comfort and abundance, making it harder to retain positive energy inside the home. In Feng Shui, a dark front door is like a closed gate to prosperity. It blocks fresh energy and cuts off the house's natural life force. That is why homes with bright, well-lit front doors, either through natural sunlight during the day or warm, gentle lighting at night, always feel more vibrant from the moment you walk in. Recognizing these mistakes is just the first step. The more important task is to care for your front door every single day, so it becomes a true gateway for abundance. Here are some simple, practical Feng Shui tips you can apply right now in your own home. First, keep your entryway absolutely clean. Wipe down the surface of your door regularly. Sweep away spider webs from corners and remove anything that blocks the path. Do not let shoes or random items pile up near the door. The cleaner and more open the space, the easier it is for new energy to flow in, bringing lightness and clarity to the whole home. Next, make sure your front door always has enough light. During the day, let in natural sunlight by keeping curtains open. At night, use a warm, welcoming light, something soft, not overly harsh, to eliminate gloom. A well-lit entryway not only provides safety for your first step, but also sends out an inviting signal to welcome good fortune. Also, pay attention to the sound of the door. If it squeaks every time you open it, that signals friction and difficulty. Oil the hinges. Fix the handle. Make sure the door opens smoothly and easily. A smoothly operating door feels like a warm welcome each time you return. But an annoying noise can plant subtle tension in your mind day after day. Finally, consider the objects placed or hung at your front door. This area is more than decoration. It communicates your home's energy to the world. Choose items that are clean, whole, and uplifting. Do not keep broken or cracked decorations, as they symbolize weakness and decay. If you hang a symbolic ornament, pick something cheerful and meaningful. Let your front door broadcast a message of abundance and peace. When these practices become part of your daily habits, you will notice a powerful shift. The front door will no longer be just a passage. It will become a true energetic gateway connecting you to the positive flow of the universe. Every time you open it, you will feel yourself welcoming light, luck, and balance into your home. Front door Feng Shui is not something distant or superstitious. It is truly the art of caring for the very threshold where life energy enters your home. Every mistake, no matter how small, can disrupt the flow of abundance. But with just a bit of daily mindfulness, from keeping the door clean and bright, making sure it opens smoothly, to choosing positive and meaningful symbols, you can transform your front door into a protective charm. It becomes a gateway that holds on to good fortune, safeguards your wealth, and carries prosperity to every member of your family. Remember, every time you open your front door, it is not just about coming and going. It is a moment when you open your heart to the universe, inviting in opportunity, joy, and abundance. If you truly desire a steady flow of blessings into your home, Go ahead and write a positive affirmation in the comments. For example, I open my door wide to welcome wealth and peace every single day. And do not forget to subscribe to Master Zhen Feng Shui Secrets for Wealth so we can continue this journey together, exploring timeless Feng Shui wisdom that helps you protect your finances, increase your fortune, and nurture peace for your children and grandchildren.